now, step right up and get your tickets for another moment in gaming history. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, or if you're new here, welcome officially to the channel. This is a series where we go into various different moments in video game history, and today I want to go back to a game type that we all sort of grew up hating and mostly thinking of as junk. Movie tie-in games. I know you're all groaning. This one's actually pretty cool, as it's a setup for far more than just a history of spotty video games, so sit back, relax, as we go into the earliest movie tie-in game that I could actually find. Well, I know where your headspace is. Ugh, not another ET video. I've seen a million of these. And actually, that's kind of where my headspace started with this video, and then I started thinking, was E.T. the first movie tie-in game? It's certainly one of the most well-known, often being accused of single-handedly crashing the video game industry in the United States. However, this kind of game actually goes back further, way further, back to 1975, to a movie known as Death Race 2000. The plot of the movie was that there was a world crash in 1979, causing massive civil unrest and economic ruin. In order to pacify the population, the government created a transcontinental road race. This race consisted of a group of drivers racing across the country in high-powered vehicles, which was infamous for its violence, gore, and innocent pedestrians who were often killed for bonus points in the race. As for the game itself, it actually didn't start out as Death Race. It started out its life as Destruction Derby, which was a game made in 1975 by XD and licensed to the Chicago Coin Game Company to manufacture. However, the following year, Chicago Coin would run into financial trouble and be dissolved as a company. However, they still held the exclusive manufacturing rights, leaving XD unable to profit from the game. XD was now in a bind and needed an interim product to introduce to new distributors. This is when they got the idea to rework it as Death Race. They added curbs that enemies could hide behind that would stall the player if they attempted to cross them. On the top and the bottom of the screen, players could wrap around to the opposite side. The cars that the players would run into in Destruction Derby were actually changed to animated figures called gremlins that would wander around the playfield for players to hit for points. Once hit, they would actually let out a screech and leave behind a tombstone that the player would then have to avoid for the rest of the game, which would naturally increase the difficulty. As you might imagine, this kind of graphical violence with players running over gremlins, which looked an awful lot like people from an aerial perspective, got the attention of the news media. News outlets like 16 Minutes and the Associated Press got wind of it and wrote multiple different articles. Even the New York Times wrote an article on it. The coverage, though all roughly negative, actually skyrocketed sales of what was initially just meant to be an interim product for XD, causing one of the first big discussions in video game violence on record. This was kind of short-lived, however, and by 1977, it would no longer grace the headlines, and XD would move on to Car Polo, which looked and played a lot like another game you may know, Rocket League. That, however, might be a discussion for another day, I think. However, what do you guys think of this one? Did any of you know about this one, and if so, when did you learn about it? Have any of you ever had a chance to play any variation of this at all? If so, let me know in the comments. However, for now, I'd like to take a moment to thank all of you for spending part of your day with me. If I could impose on you one last time and ask you to leave this video a like, it would really help me out. Also, if you haven't, consider subscribing. That really helps me out as well. For now, though, thank you one last time for spending part of your day with me, and until next time, happy gaming.